Hello everybody, this is Rytoast here, bringing you my first ever Let's Play. It is of a game called Mount and Blade Warband, which you can see right here. Now, this is my first time playing this game. It's a blind LP. Also, this is my first video ever, so you're going to have to bear with me here, because the commentary will be a little lacking, as I'm trying to learn both the game and how to have proficient commentary. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into the game. Alright, so... Welcome, adventurer, to Mount and Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in a traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by the male members of nobility. That does not, however, mean that you should not choose to play a female character, or one who's of not noble birth. Male nobles have a somewhat easier start, but women and commoners can attain all of the same goals, and in fact may have a much more interesting, if more challenging, very early game. Now, I'm going to be reading text. It gets kind of hard when it's all blocked up, and you were born years ago in a faraway land. Your father was a hunter. I've already gone through all this, so I know what I want to pick. Yeah, I'll just, when I get to the end of this, more customizing the character, I guess I'll go through what I was going to say. Alright. You were the son of a family who lived off in the woods, doing whatever they needed to make ends meet. Hunting, woodcutting, making arrows, even a sport of poaching whenever things got tight. Winter was never a good time for you, for your family, as the cold took animals and people alike. But you always lived to see another dawn. Though your brothers and sisters might not have been so fortunate, you started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as... I chose a craftsman apprentice, because I just figured that would kind of be the best one for a hunter. As a boy growing out of childhood, you apprenticed with the local craftsman to learn the trade. After years of hard work and study under your new master, he promoted you to a journeyman and employed you as a fully paid craftsman, for as long as you wished to stay. Then, as a young adult, life changed, as it always does. You became... I chose a squire because I kind of want my guy to be a very knight guy, and I enjoyed the gameplay a little bit. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the line, you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. When you were named a squire to a noble at a court, you practiced long hours with weapons, learning how to deal out hard knocks and how to take them too. You were instructed in your obligations to your lord and of your duties to those who might one day be your vassals. But in addition to learning the chivalric ideas, you also learned about being the less uplifting side, old warrior stories of ruthless power politics, of betrayals and usurpations, of men who used guile as well as valor to achieve their aims. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision? Now, in my first one, I chose Wanderlust, and it was just like, you want to go out on an adventure, but I really didn't know, I really felt that that was kind of bland after thinking of it, so I really decided that it would probably just be like better to pick one of like any of these other than that, because that one's probably better. So I think I'm going to go with Personal Revenge. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up on your old life and become an adventurer. Still, it was not a difficult choice to leave. With the rage burning brightly in your heart, you wanted vengeance, you want justice. What was done to you cannot be undone, and these debts can only be paid in blood. So now we're going to become an adventurer and ride to our destiny. So I picked realistic because if I fail, of course you guys are going to want to see that and see me in stress and just laugh at my failures. So, yeah, I'm not going to let myself like escape out of that. So, now enter your name and distribute, blah, 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 you know, basically take your first level up. Okay, so I'm going to take some strength. I'm going to put 2 into strength. I'm going to put 1 into charisma, just to kind of balance it out. I'm going to leave agility where it kind of is. And then as for the skills, I tried to pick kind of what my character would actually pick up. Like, Trade, I figured, you know, if he was a craftsman's apprentice, he probably had to deal with, you know, like, what's it called? He probably had to deal with customers, so, you know, I figured trade would probably help him. I'm going to put one into prisoner management for just, you know, being a knight. I'm not really going to put any into persuasion just yet. The other one I wanted to do was tracking, because the father was an archer, or a hunter, so I wanted to make sure that, like, oh, you know, he kind of had some skills from him. I decided to make him a double weapon master, and I also thought trainer would be a good one, because he got trained, so now he can train people that are below him. And then I'm going to go with Iron Flesh here, just because I'm new to the game, and I think it would just be better to have that, how do I put it? Have that extra bulk of health before we die. So, without further ado, let's name our character. Whoops, almost capitalized the Y in there too. I'm gonna see him a very melee character. I like pole arms a lot actually, and I want kind of crossbows too, because I found out you start the game with a crossbow. And then I'm just gonna make this look like the guy that I had last time, which kind of already kind of looks like him, but made like brownish hair. Strange. I mean, I thought it could get it browner. I think he had a little bit of longer hair too. That might be the same hair, but I'm just gonna keep that. All right, so let's go. And you hear about Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms, battling each other for supremacy, a haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory, in this land which holds many great dangers, but even greater opportunities. You believe you may leave your past behind to start a new life. You feel that you finally hold the key to your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you take, great adventures will await you. Drawn by the stories you hear about Calradia, its kingdoms, you. Join a caravan to Paravan, which is the one I choose, and you can read all these, so. You came by a caravan through the heartland of Calradia. Green sheets of wheat, barley, and oats are beginning to push the dark soil of the rolling hills, and on the lower slopes of the snow-capped mountain, herds of cattle and sheep are grazing on the spring grass. Occasionally, too, you catch a sight of one or too many great war horses that are the pride of the Swedian noble. The land here is rich, but also trouble, as the occasional burnt-out farm bears witness. You keep a wide berth of the forest, where desperate men have taken refuge, and it is some relief when you crest the ridge and catch sight of the great port of Paravan, its rooftops made golden by the last ray of the setting sun. You are exhausted by the time you finally end in Paravan. You fall asleep quickly. However, you awake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs on your neck on end, the rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. Okay, so here we go into our first combat, where the guy's gonna try to hit us. So, you start, yeah, like I said, you start out with a crossbow. You do have a sword, which I'm gonna use on him now. Oh shoot, I didn't think he'd survive the second one. Alright, good. Make sure he's dead. Then this guy will come running out to you. This intro has been the same for me since the last one, so. Are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive at any rate. I'm not sure what we can say the same for the other fellow. That's one less thief to trouble our streets at night, although heaven knows he won't be the last. Anyways, maybe you could help me with something else. Let's talk more inside. Out here we don't know who's listening. So the merchant takes us to his house, and he kind of just scopes around, see if anyone follows us. Alright, now let me explain my proposition. We've always had brigades in the hills driven to banditry by war, debt, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers, fewer men to keep an eye on the streets. But I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the wall who helps them enter unnoticed, and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking, a lad from a prominent house out alone after dark in times like these. Well, I suppose you were too, but you're a stranger here and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no excuse. But he's family, so what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start to think that you can't protect your investments either. And I can't have that. No doubt, the gang will soon send word about the ransom, but I don't care to pay it. This guy's kind of a jerk. Alright, so, here's my proposition, alright, I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase, blah blah blah, rescue my brother, I'll give you some money, of course we'll take it. It's our first quest. So, he says, you won't be able to do this by ourselves, we gotta get 5 guys. Very good, I'll collect some men from the village. And he says that we can find him in the tavern. So you can use tab to just leave any spot instantly. Or well, I mean as long as you're not in combat. Was that a barbarian? Oh. Alright, so we come here, he gave us 100 Darren. So we'll go. We'll grab the 2 guys there. It's good for us. In the first playthrough, I came here and nobody helped me, and then when a looter group like this came to attack me, it was a group of 15 of them, and I was all alone, and I was like, oh no. So it involved a lot of me just trying to dodge them, and you start out on a horse, so I would ride my horse, strafe around, and I'd have to shoot him with crossbows. So I want to get some combat in here. We're almost about halfway through the video, in fact. So we're just going to visit the tavern, because that's where he told us to meet him. So I actually feel like I should be reading the quest a little more, so... Alright. Splendid work. You've now hired enough men to take on the bandits. Now, travelers entering Paravan have told us there's a small group of robbers lurking on the outside of town. I suspect they are from the same band. The one that took my brother. Hunt them down and defeat them and disclose the... Okay, tell them to get them, interrogate them. Alright, so we're going to tab. And then we're going to leave. And there they are. So we'll just run right at them. They'll catch them and I'm going to say, tell me where your prisoners are. He's like, whatever. Oh, I brought steel. So we have 9 to their 4. And here's the combat. The way I kind of you don't know where they are at first, but generally I find that our guys just kind of walk in their direction, so we should probably see a majority of them coming from this way. In fact, I can see them right over there. There's all 4 of them. So if I get down to the bottom of this hill, I can start engaging them. Ooh, this is just a bad place to fight. It's just really hard to get to each other. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Since they have to walk so slowly down this hill, I can probably just take a couple of shots. Oh, how do I keep missing? Okay. Oh wait, ooh, just almost shot my own guy. Alrighty. Not looking too good for me. Well, it's looking good for my guys, but not too good for me. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to dismount. Alright, there we go. And then I'll just... Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, he didn't die yet. Okay. So we won. I didn't even get to fight someone, which is kind of upsetting. But, we can see they have a lot of equipment, and if you press tab to leave, we'll see that, okay, we had one guy who got wounded, but we didn't kill any of them. We wounded them all. He says, spare me. Alright, I'll spare your life, but in exchange I want information. Either you or your mates kidnapped the brother of the prominent merchant in town. Tell me where you are hiding him and give me your word that you will stop troubling the people of these parts and you can go free. Oh, bless you, sir, bless you. We've done the lad no harm. We've been keeping him in our hideout near Asgard. I'll describe the area nearby in detail. There's no mistaking it. So, like, we can take some prisoners. So, you know, we can capture them, and now they're ours. And where's the? Oh, okay, yeah. Right, so I guess just the next page. Yeah. So, we'll equip one of the hats, and we'll put this in here for the party. In my other playthrough, I didn't figure out how to equip my army with stuff, but I'm sure we'll find out sooner or later. So, there's the kidnapper's hideout. So, we'll run there. So, let's attack the hideout. It's telling us that we can't come in by horse, and we might have to leave 1 or 2 people behind. So here we're gonna push in, and right now I just kind of like to talk about like some of the games I like, and like maybe some other possible let's plays. I really like all sorts of strategy games. Like I have some Command and Conquers. I have some I have almost all the Total Wars. I don't know where these guys are. Alright, my guys are all running this way, so I'm just gonna come here with them. Alright. So I'm getting shot at from somewhere. There's someone. Now, like I said, I have about all the Total Wars. So I have all the Total Wars, so except for like Napoleonic War, I can't say it's bad because I've never really played it. Oh, a little bit of lag. Sorry guys. Alright, here, let me take out my sword. Oh, I got a lot of guys on me, so. Alright, we're gonna try to block a little bit here. Alright, that guy was already hit, so yeah, he went down. Alright. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna block. Alright. Ooh. Alright. Block. I'll get him. And then I'm gonna have to sit in the back of my army from now on. Or at least until I rest. Oh, looks like we won. So, I'm not strong enough to kind of take on these guys yet. I'm gonna need a little bit of better armor. Because I'm kind of in like, as you can see, like a civilian's clothes almost. But, yeah. So, oh, I can't leave now. Oh. Oh, here's the merchant speller. Okay. Thank you, sir, for rescuing me from those fiends. Did my brother and Paven put you onto their track? Yes, I told them that I would find you, and I'd advise you to return to your family as quickly as you can. Be careful on the road. We don't want him to get captured again. So we take over their hideout, and I don't know if there's a way to easily. Oh, let me see. We got 13, 25, 13. Right, so that's actually better. And then I'll take a couple of these. But yeah, I mean, my favorite ones include some of like, I like medieval, I like Rome is probably my favorite, and then I enjoy Empire too, so, you know, I do have a couple of them. Oh, and I have Total War Shogun too, but I haven't even gotten too far into that. Like, I just started playing that, so who knows? Maybe I'll just start over and I can start recording whenever I play it. So maybe add a little commentary in, and that'll be easier because it's a game I'm more familiar with. So I think the hardest thing is trying to learn this game and also speak to you guys and keep it interesting for you. But as of right now, can we go here? Okay, there we go. Visit the tavern because that's where he told us to go. Oh, wait. Talk to him. Greeting friends, you look like the kind of man who would do well to know me. I travel across all of calradia. Keep an eye here. I can provide you information that might be useful for a meager price of corn. Alright. What can you tell me about this land, calradia? Okay, I'm not gonna read that right now. I just want to kind of finish up the quest. Maybe later. Maybe I'll go back and read that all over again. Find out what he wanted. Well, my brother is home safe. I'm not sure what to do with him. Maybe pack him off to the university outside Calradia. That way, if he gets knocked on the head in a street brawl, no one can say it's my fault. But that's not your problem. Here, take the rest of your reward. It was well earned. The money is most welcome, and I am glad to have been of service. Good. Now, are you interested in making some more? Possibly. What do you need? Remember how I told you the bandits had an ally inside the wall? I think it's someone who... I think I know who it is. The captain of the watch, no less. Some months ago, the captain, seeing the amount of profit we merchants were making from trade across the frontiers, decided to borrow some money to sponsor a caravan. Unfortunately, like many who are new to the commerce, he failed to realize the great profit only comes with great risk. So he sank all his money into the most expensive commodities, and of course his caravan was captured and looted. He lost everything. As a consequence, it seems our captain has turned to a villainy to recoup his fortune. I suppose I'd do the same if, heaven forbid, I ever faced indebtedness and ruination. Now, any watch captain worth his salary will have a few thieves and robbers on his payroll to inform him of the rest, but our captain decides to employ these bandits wholesale. He brings them into town and lets them do as they will, and takes a share of their take. You've heard of the poachers turning gamekeepers. Well, unfortunately, the lands of Calradia sometimes gamekeepers will turn poachers. Luckily, there are still a few brave, honest souls in the watch who've told me how he works. So, now here's my plan. I could bring this to the attention of King Halrus, Lord of the city, but that would mean an inquiry, my word against the captain's, and witnesses can be bought and evidence destroyed, or maybe the whole thing will be forgotten if the enemy comes across the border again, and all I'll get for my troubles is a knife in the ribs. In time of war, you see, the king's eyes wander far from his domain, and his subjects suffer. So I've got another idea. I've got a small group of townsfolk together, some men in my employ, and some of the others who've lost relatives to the bandits, and we'll storm the captain's home and bring him to chains before the King Halrus. Hopefully, a few captured bandits. With a few captured bandits to explain how things stacked up. Okay. All I need is someone to lead my army into battle, and I can't think of anyone better than you. So what do you say? How do I know you're telling me the truth? I seem to be having a little bit of a lag spike here, guys. Oh, I suppose it's possible that I found a dozen bandits who are willing to give their lives to give a passing stranger a false impression of life in old Pavin. Well, I guess you really can't take my word for, you can't really know if my word is good, but I reckon you've learned that by now that my money is good, and there's always another 100 denars, or maybe a bit more, that is waiting for you if you do me this little favor. So what do you say? So I think I'm gonna take this quest again, and then splendid. It's been a long time since I staked so much in a single throw of dice, and frankly I find it exhilarating. My men are ready to move on your word. Are you ready? Yes, I will give them the sign. Good. Strike hard, strike fast. The captain and his henchmen won't know what hit him. May the heavens be with you. So you leave the tavern. Nervous-looking young men are waiting in every street corner. You can see they have daggers and clubs concealed under the clothes, and catch a mixture of fear, anticipation, and pride in the quick looks they throw at you as they pass by, praying that your enemies have not been alarmed by all of this is too much obvious bunch of plotters. You check your weapons for one last time and prepare yourself for action ahead. Alright, I'm gonna take a sip of water here. Alright. So, I'm really weak, and these guys are not the strongest, and I'm having a really big lag spike. Up. It's time's up. It's time, lads. Up and at them. Alright, we got 5 minutes, and I'm seeing a lot of people killed by looter. Oh, okay, I saw someone killed by a looter. I don't like this. Oh, wait, no, wait, give me that, give me that. All right, I'm gonna have to really concentrate here. Oh, he's coming for me, isn't he? Oh God, the frame rate just dropped. I don't know why. It was working perfectly before. Guys, I'm really sorry. Damn it. I'm gonna tell you guys what. I'm gonna. Oh. I think I'm just gonna try to finish up this battle. Shit, he's coming for me, isn't he? Alright, so we're getting a little bit of. So hopefully, what I'm hoping for is that I can just stick with this one group and just we'll finish this off. I mean, I have about 3 minutes left anyway, so I'm probably gonna leave after this battle and I'll end the video off. But I'm gonna make another one right after this one. Hopefully, I'll try to finish off the lag spike problem that we've been having. So it looks like pretty much we destroyed them on that side, but on this side they really did us a number to us. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, okay, good. No, I hit a friendly. That's never good. Alright, we're just gonna move in on him. Alright, so it looks like the lag might have even just kind of settled itself down. Alright. Oh, nope. And right as I say that. Alright. The remaining bandits scatter off to the town's narrow alleys, only to be hunted down one by the angry townsfolk, making sure that your victory is complete and that all wounded have been taken care of. You and the merchant head to his house to review the day's events. Okay. I got 2 minutes here, so I guess I'll just talk them out and I'll just save it right here, so. Alright, so as far as how I think my first video went, I think that it could have gone better. The lag at the end was particularly annoying, and other than that, I think that we got off to a good start. The commentary could be a little better, but that's expected for the beginning of my first video. And other than that, I mean, sorry guys, I mean, I personally think that, like, the first recording I did was with, like, a lot more passion because it was all new to me and it was my first video, and then this is, like, this third time I'm reading this over, so I think I was a little bored. So expect me to be a little more, like, engaged in the reading of the story because I had gone through that entire make a character stuff. This was my third time doing it, so that's the real reason I don't think I, like, really wanted to keep, like, just repeating it. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just, like, say, and I'm gonna talk about my my update schedule. Got about a minute left. I think it's gonna be kind of sporadic until I kind of get, like, a set swing of things, like every Wednesday or so. It's Thursday for me today, but I'm gonna make another video right after this. I'll probably play this for, like, another hour, so that's, like, another 2 episodes tonight, and hopefully we'll see some improvement in my commentary by the end of the 3rd episode, and maybe I will come up, and then maybe I'll wait, like, 2 days and make a new one, make, like, another 2 or 3, and yeah, that's what I'll do. I mean, it's the summer right now for me, so I've just got a bunch of time to really just break out the content. Now, that's about it for me, guys. It's about 30 minutes right now, so I'm going to end the video. Alright, good day, everybody.